Hey, and welcome back. We're back for another Ultimate Custom Figure review. Nope, no intro, that's it. So, this one, I've seen a few people popping up with a few different versions. In fact, I saw a really clean looking one. But didn't have wrist tape, and I had no clue how I was going to put wrist tape. I guess I could have switched out the arms, but I already bought them in a different style. And this one works just as well. It's not as defined in the abs, it's more of like if he started to wind down his career, and I think he's winding down his career because I don't see him hardly ever on wrestling anymore. And I'm talking about Ultimate Dolph Ziggler. Obviously, they used the SummerSlam. They swapped out the torso. You can see again, it's not as defined up here. It looks like they kind of even. I thought they did like almost like a sanding or something like that, like a little bit of a texture to it. They might have even painted it to try to match the color base. But I looked at it, I didn't see too much. It doesn't stand out too much. Like on camera there, you can't really tell. And again, I saw one on eBay. It just had more of a chiseled ab look. But they had no wrist tape. It was just pure white hands. Or pure, just empty, nothing on the hands. So, this one came in the mail. Then I saw that one. I was like, I'm not buying a second one again. And now I think it was like $50 to start. Which, this one only cost me about $20 more than that, and now it's at like $85, so that one's even more expensive than this one. And I'm good with this one. It's playable, posable. Obviously, it's just your SummerSlam Elite turned into an Ultimate. And again, if you're gonna have an Ultimate roster, you need to have mid-card guys. You need guys who can challenge for the title but never win the big one, so to speak. I mean, obviously, you won the World Heavyweight title, but that was so long ago, and now it's forgotten. And no one, maybe he'll get to the WWE World Heavyweight title. I don't see him ever winning the Universal or the Undisputed, or wherever it's Universal, Undisputed. What is it? Undisputed Universal, whatever, Roman Reigns belt. Gosh, he's had that for too long. He needs to drop that belt. Not because I don't like Roman Reigns, just because we're not in the 80s anymore. I feel like having a champion for that many years is just. I know it's supposed to seem special. It just seems boring. Just the same outcome, same boringness to it. I don't know. I feel like the bloodline's run its course. They're trying to do what they can to kind of keep it alive. But I digress. Point is, this is cool. Obviously, you can see a little bit of where they obviously separated it and glued it back together. Again, not everybody's flawless on this. This is not from the same person I got those other figures from. I'm always scouring the eBay and the Mercari page looking for new stuff to buy. Especially with the lack of any new wrestling figures coming out anytime soon. Like, I know we've got Elite 105 in the cusp of mid-October. I think the AEW Unrivaled sets will show up here in mid-September. But August was really kind of a dead month. I mean, yeah, we got the Usos, and yeah, I just got my Ultimo Dragon, my Black Taurus, or Taurus, Paraguaya, and Vampiro figure. And those are good figures. They definitely are going to sync up well with that new style Mattel basic form, for sure. I can already see LA Knight's going to fit in perfectly with that until, of course, his Elite comes out, and then I bop him out of AAA organization. Again, I kind of, it's weird. I have my figures like in almost like a territorial type situation where I'll put them over with the fellow figures that look just like them or just, same style as them, and then call it like AAA or something. And then I'll do simulations, I'll do matches, and be like, hey, for instance, the 4 that came in last night did a tournament, and Ultimo Dragon's now your AAA world champion. So he's down there in Mexico winning the title. I just do that because, I don't know, just it's fun. I mean, I know people got them on the shelves and whatnot, and I've got them, for the most part, I don't play with them much as I used to because I'm always afraid they would break. Especially these customs. Yeah, they are playable. Yeah, they are posable, but they're light play. So we're talking like light posing, light playing. Like I just did the World War III Battle Royal. I wasn't sitting there doing flips or trying to bend them as far as I could or anything like that. You may have caught my reel as well when I did the Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels saying those two are fully. I have spares of them in case one of them was to break. So putting someone in the sharpshooter, I wasn't too worried about it. But these customs, you got to be delicate with them. Obviously, they're not statues; they still can move. I didn't want statues. I always tell people when I'm looking at buying, if it's posable and playable, sure. If it's meant just for display, like this is it, this all it can do is stay like this, it's not for me. It's for other people, not for me. Because at least I want to be able to, do some fig photography here or there. Maybe, occasionally do, a light match where it's like, I put, Dolph on LOD's shoulders or something like that, right, during like the brand warfare where it's, I got 4 ultimate brands and they can do the, the Doomsday. So, yeah, like I said, I'm doing all these videos, just kind of in, succession because I just don't have the time to do them once every day. So, one thing I noticed about this one is, no, his waist moves, so they didn't glue it to it. So, that's something I'm not too worried about. Like, a lot of times I do notice that people will glue the waist sometimes, and I understand why they do that. The problem is it just takes away from the articulation a little bit. But if you can seal this back up and still be moving around, that's awesome. Kudos to you on that, more than I could do. Again, I'm very bare bones. I can switch the arms. I know how to switch the head. I can switch the feet. I've switched the middle, the crotch leg pieces on people before. Never have I dabbled with the crotch piece nor the torso. I have never taken and sawed that in half or split that in half or any of that kind of stuff. Boots, easy. Knee pads, simple. But never have I dabbled with that main core part. Arms, obviously, some of these you can pop out, no problem. I don't think this is one of those ones, so I'm not going to try. But if you're wondering, there is one on eBay. It's going up there right now. Like I said, the torso, a lot more chiseled, a lot more defined looking. Which, if I really wanted to, I guess I could go try to win that one and then switch the arms. But this one works for me because Dolph, like I said, he wasn't super, super ripped. And I feel like the torso is more like this. The torso portion. Not necessarily the bigness of the shoulders, the wideness of the shoulders, but definitely the torso is way more defined like this compared to this one. And I'm trying to show the best I can. Lighting in here is not the greatest. You can see right there, not much definition. But Dolph's getting older, it's getting harder to keep that 6-pack. Until next time.